Okay, good morning, students. Previously, we clearly completed this introduction of coordination life process lesson. So, the following topic: mouth is a munching machine. Munching machine. So, you know what is meant by munching? Munching machine means crushing thoroughly or grinding into a paste. Okay, so that kind of a munching machine, grinding pasting machine is called as the munch. Is the mouth. How do you say? So, in this lesson, we are clearly understood this several activities. Okay, for this one, we have that particular activity 5 here. So, in this activity, first of all, we take 1 glass of vinegar, 2 bakers of vinegar. Clear? So, this is baker A and baker B. Okay? Both the bakers are filled with some amount of liquid called as vinegar. This is vinegar. Okay? Within this particular one, take 1 chalk piece. Okay? 1 chalk piece is kept directly into this. Cut the chalk piece into 2 pieces. The remaining chalk piece have to break into small pieces. Take one chalk piece. Half of the chalk piece kept in the beaker A. Remaining half is cut into small pieces and kept in beaker B. Stay these 2 bakers aside for a few minutes. For example, 45 minutes or 1 hour. Clear? After this 45 minutes, okay, if you are able to observe clearly, which baker having the complete dissolving material? Either baker A or baker B? Yes, exactly the baker B. Because already the surface area of this particular chalk pieces are cut into small pieces. These small pieces are very comfortable to dissolve in the liquid easily. Even in the beaker A, the chalk piece, the surface area of the chalk piece is completely a large one. Comparing beaker B chalk pieces, it can also dissolve in the liquid, but it will take some extra time. It can dissolve in the liquid very easily due to the small size pieces. Or understand? So here, these particular chalk piece parts are compared as a food materials in our digestive system. Whereas the vinegar present in this one is completely compared as a digestive juices. Okay, when it is dissolving, the food molecules also dissolve very easily. That's why this kind of breakdown mechanism is done in the part of the mouth. We are taking several kinds of food materials regularly from our diet. Even these are sometimes the larger components. These larger components can chewed, masticated thoroughly by having large amount of saliva. The saliva and the pieces cut into different mechanisms, and finally slurry into a slurry mass that is commonly called as bolus. The slurry mass material is completely present in the stomach, which can easily digestible. That's why this mechanism is mostly done in the part of the mouth. That's why the mouth is commonly called as a munching machine. That's why while you are taking the food material, we people have to chew the food material thoroughly, because it can also useful to the process commonly called digestion. Okay, that's why the mouth is called as the munching machine. In activity 6, What kind of arrangements are present in the mouth cavity or buccal cavity? Mouth cavity or buccal cavity? Listen clearly or observe the diagram. Our buccal cavity or mouth cavity having two jaws. The upper one is called as upper jaw and lower one is lower jaw. Both upper and lower jaw combining together to form as a mouth cavity or oral cavity. This is upper jaw and this is lower jaw. Okay, upper jaw and lower jaw. So totally we have 32 teeth. Are you sure? In adult, there are 32 teeth are present. Okay, respectively upper jaw containing 16 and lower jaw containing 16. Okay, if you compare this particular total in a circular form, this upper jaw can also divide as two halves, and again this can also divide into two halves. We people are going to discuss 1/4 part. Okay, see that there are first two teeth are present here. Clear? And again in the remaining half jaw. These are the first two teeth arranged in front of this. The second one is something sharper than the remaining one. Same like this. Okay. See clear? So these first two teeth are called as the same arrangement. Shape and size is also completely similar. These kind of the first two teeth are called as incisors. Okay. How many incisors are present here? Two. The second sharp teeth is called as canine. How many canines? One. Okay. These are first two. This is the second one. The remaining two. The last three. The next two teeth. Two, one, two. These are called premolars. There are two. The last three are called as molars. Those are three. Observe clearly. If you compare our buccal cavity in a circular structure, we people are going to discuss about the 1/4 region. to 1 by 4th region. Okay. So the first two teeth in the layers are, of course, in the opposite direction, in opposite side also. These first two are called as incisors. These are completely sharp blade-like structures. Sharp blade-like structures. These incisors are mostly useful for cutting the food material. Cutting the food material. Okay. So the second sharp teeth. Okay, here and again here and again here and again here. Okay. These four teeth are called as canine. Canine is completely like a sharp pointed edge. Sharp pointed edge. These teeth are useful for tearing the food material. Tearing. Okay. So these are commonly called as the tearing teeth. For example, if we would like to eat the sugar cane, okay, we are going to would like to eat like this. The canine is useful to tear the food materials. Okay, these canines are well developed in carnivorous animals. Okay, for example, cat, lion, tiger, cheetah, like this. These canines are very well developed. Whereas the first two kinds of teeth are called incisors are well designed and developed in herbivorous animals. Mostly they can cut the grass. Okay. The next two are called as premolars, and the last three are called as molars. Premolars and molars are called as the grinding teeth. Grinding and chewing. Mostly the food material is thoroughly masticated. This kind of mechanism is done by the last two categories of teeth, respectively, premolars and also the molars. See, here the 2, 1, 2, 3. And again, this same kind of arrangement also present in the upper jaw. That's why we can able to write like this 2, 1, 2, 3 by 2, 1, 2, 3. This is called as the dental form of the human being. Dental formula of humans. The dental formula may be various from organism to animal to animal. Okay. So the first tooth is incisors, canine, premolars, and molars. In place of the incisors, incisors are mostly absent in the carnivorous animals, whereas canines are absent in the herbivorous animals. In place of the canines and the herbivorous animals, there is a small space that is called diastema. Clear? So this kind of arrangement. Here 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 teeth are present in half jaw. 8 teeth are present in half jaw. At the same time, 8 teeth are present in half jaw. Last 8 teeth are present in half jaw. 8 into 4, there are totally 32 teeth are present. Or simply 2, 1, 2, 3, it can be multiplied by the 4 into 4. Okay. 4 2s are 8. 4 1s are 4. 4 2s are 8. 4 3s are 12. Okay. You can keep like this. First 8 teeth are called as incisors. Remaining next 4 teeth are called as canine. Next 8 teeth are called as premolars. Last 12 teeth are called as the molars. If we want to calculate the teeth in total buccal cavity or oral cavity, the 2, 1, 2, 3 is multiplied by 4. Okay. 2, 1, 2, 3 into 4. So, first 2 indicates as an incisor, second one indicates canine, next 2 indicates premolars, next 3 indicates molars. Understand? So, this is the dental form of the human being, 2, 1, 2, 3 by 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, in dental formula 2, 1, 2, 3, the number 3 indicates what? Molars. In dental formula 2, 1, 2, 3, the 1 indicates what? Canine. Clear it is. How many canines are present in total total buccal cavity? 4. Okay. Next, depending upon the food materials, what we are taken, the teeth cannot, the teeth can also function as a tearing or cutting or grinding, chewing, whatever it may be. So this kind of mechanism is also a kind of a coordination mechanism. This kind of mastication is performing by fifth cranial nerve. Fifth cranial nerve. I told already there are totally 12 pairs of neurons are present. 10th vagus, 10th nerve, 10th cranial nerve, and also called vagus is also useful in hunger pangs. Of course, by the secretion of ghrelin. Here, the fifth cranial nerve is useful to masticate the food materials, especially during the process of chewing mechanism. Okay, na? See that? Meanwhile, you people have to keep the textbooks along with you, especially for this lesson. Next, activity 7. For this, action of saliva on floor. Observe the diagram clearly, na? First of all, take a beaker and that should be filled with half amount of water, and this see this. This is a very simple activity also. Action of saliva on floor or wet floor or any rice floor, anyone means just simply called as an atta, Ashirwad atta or any kind of one. Okay, take one beaker, fill the beaker with half amount of water. That beaker is also added with some amount of flour. Okay, and gets mixed thoroughly. Take a few drops of this particular mixer into a small petri dish. A few drops of this mixer taken into a petri dish, and to this particular liquid add a few drops of iodine solution. What might be happen here? This flour, what we are taken from this particular test tube, from this beaker, it turns into blue black color. Why? Because the flour is called as the glucose material, carbohydrate material. When the iodine is combining, when the iodine is connected with glucose molecules, they can turn into blue black color now. This blue black color indication is also shows this particular compound having the carbohydrate. Okay, iodine can react with the carbohydrate, can also turns into blue black color. Okay, this is not new to us. Clear? And again, first of all, what we have understand now, that flour when it combines with the iodine solution turns blue black. Then can prepare the same amount of liquid in another beaker. In another beaker. So this liquid can separates into two beakers, two small beakers respectively in the same ratio, same quantities. Okay, and water plus flour. This mixture can also separate into two same kinds of same measurements of beaker. Okay, the beaker names are respectively A and B. Add a teaspoon of saliva to the beaker A. After this separation of mixer, take the 1 spoon saliva to the only beaker A. Don't add any saliva to the beaker B. Clear? Are you understand now? Add the 1 spoon of saliva to the beaker A. Don't add any saliva to the beaker B. After this, apply the iodine solution to both the beakers. A few drops of iodine solution apply to both the beakers. What kind of change we have to observe? Okay, yes, this kind of process also occurs in the digestive system. Here in the beaker B, turns blue black color. In the bakery, already the molecules are turned into smaller pieces by the action of saliva. Saliva can able to convert the larger molecules into smaller molecules. Okay, the saliva contains the salivary amylase. The saliva contains salivary amylase. Salivary amylase, that is called as ptyalin. Ptyalin can convert the larger molecules into smaller molecules. Conversion of complex molecules into simple molecules. This kind of process occurs in the buccal cavity or in the mouth cavity. Whereas the baker B containing the solution turns into blue black color. Whereas baker A also, this can also be turns into blue black color, whereas already the complex molecules are turned into simple molecules by the action of saliva. Okay, this kind of mechanism is also going in the our buccal cavity. So whereas the flour or ocha, this is simple example for the carbohydrate, when it combines with the iodine solution turns into blue black color. So first of all, our theme is saliva converts the larger molecules into smaller one. This kind of mechanism, okay, or swallowing mechanism, then we are going to this particular swallowing mechanism. This can be done by the part of the brain is called as medulla oblongata. After the food material is taken, we people are going to swallow. The swallowing, coughing, sneezing, swallowing, these all mechanisms are also done by the part of the brain is called as medulla oblongata. And the remaining associated related parts also to the brain now. Okay. Do you know the pH scale? pH scale in activity 8. Testing pH of mouth at regular intervals. Testing pH of mouth. So what is the pH value? Do you know what is called pH? The power of hydrogen ion concentration in a particular substance, or the negative logarithm of the hydrogen ions. This is commonly called as pH, or the power of hydrogen ions in a particular substance is called as pH. pH value may be various from substances to substances. Okay. So the pH value of our mouth is mostly alkaline in condition. Sometimes it might be as a complete acidic, sometimes it might be as a slightly alkaline, and sometimes it might be as a slightly alkaline or acidic conditions. Okay. So first of all, you know clearly exactly by the 7 value, this is the neutral condition. Okay. From 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. See this? The substances value, when the from the 0 to 6, these are completely called as acidic. From the 7 to 14, this is called as alkaline or basic. When we are going from the 0 to 6, the acidic condition, the nature of acidic condition is gradually increases or decreases. Decreases. Okay. When we are going from the 0 to 6, the acidic condition is gradually decreases. When we are going from the 7 to 14, the basic condition or alkaline condition is gradually increases. Are understand clearly now? So, when the particular substance pH value is nearly by 5.4, for example, this condition is commonly called as acidic. When the substance component pH value is 11.6, for example, that is commonly called as alkaline or basic condition. So, to understand this particular alkaline and basic alkaline and acidic condition, we have the testing essence, testing papers. These are commonly called litmus papers. Okay, when the blue litmus paper, okay, turns into red color, this is commonly called as acid. In reverse, when the red litmus paper turns into blue color, then it is commonly called as basic. When the blue litmus paper turns into red color, this particular component is called as acidic condition or acid. When the red litmus paper turns into blue, when these are applied in a particular component, that is commonly called as basic. For example, in early morning, before brushing, if you are taking the blue litmus paper, keep it in your mouth or on the tongue. That paper turns into red color surely, because complete acidic conditions are present here. Why? Because the bacteria during the night time, the bacteria can completely decompose the food molecules present in the buccal cavity, along with saliva components also. After brushing, we are taking the toothpaste. The toothpaste containing the components called alkaline condition or basic condition. The reaction between the acidic and basic condition. The mouth cavity condition is called as acidic. But the toothpaste containing the basic. Okay. During the reaction between these two, neutralization maybe takes place. Now our mouth is refreshment. Now the pH value of the mouth is completely zero. I mean, completely neutral. That is called as 7. After taking any kind of food materials, soon after the half an hour or 1 hour of the food material, our mouth pH value is automatically once again acidic condition. When decomposing manner, the decomposing situation is going on within the mouth buccal cavity, then that might be called as a acidic condition. After refreshing, that can go by again once again a normal condition. Okay. Depending upon this, animals are two categories: nocturnal and diurnal. The animals which move in search of food materials during the night time, those are commonly called as nocturnal animals. The animals which moves during daytime, especially for the food materials, in search of the food materials during the daytime, is called as diurnal animals. Human being is best example of diurnal animals. Are you sure? Of course, sir. We people also moving during the night time also. Okay, this is not the clear answer here. This is not the clear concept here. In search of food materials, means especially during the night time, the digestive abilities, the digestive glands, the digestive secretions are highly activated in the nocturnal animals. Best example for the cat or the bats. Okay, for example, some kinds of amphibians and snakes. These are all best examples of nocturnal animals. Also, some of the amphibians. Okay, the digestive juices and secretions are highly activated. That's why the secretions of this digestion is completely active during night time, especially. Daytime they would like to take the rest. Whereas the digestive juices and secretions are highly activated during the daytime in the diurnal animals. Understand? Okay. Some of the people can also release the nap, that is called as saliva secretion during daytime when they are taking the sleep, especially during the daytime itself now. Because the digestive glands are highly activated. Okay. That's why this particular napping is also going on for the diurnal animals during the daytime itself now. Human being is best example for diurnal animals. Okay. And simply last, what is the function of esophagus? Okay. Next one, travel of food through esophagus. How the food material is traveling through the esophagus. See this? Here the clear diagram is indicated to you. This is the pharynx. The long tube is called as the esophagus, or also called as the food pipe. So connecting this next part is called as stomach, and the duodenum, small and large and remaining parts. Okay, we people are don't need to discuss about this. So observe these three parts. So what is the structure and function of the esophagus? First one, here this. Walls secretes the mucus slurry substance or slimy substances. The walls of this particular one, the walls of the esophagus, observe this, secretes the mucus, a sticky nature substance called mucus, secreted by the walls of the esophagus, which is useful to passing the food materials. This is the first function. Okay. Next one. This is the long tube. Upper end is connecting to pharynx. This is the long tube. This is the upper end and this is the lower end. Upper ending is connecting with the pharynx. Clear? And the lower end is connecting with the stomach. Lower ending is connecting with stomach. Okay. Next one. Passes food to stomach by wave-like movement of walls. That is commonly called peristalsis. A wave-like movement of food material. Such a kind of wave-like movement in the first lesson we people are discussed here now. The wave-like movement in the esophagus is called as peristalsis movement. Okay. Okay. This is here. The food material is passed through just like as a wave-like movement. This kind of wave-like movement is called peristalsis. Okay. And next one, the esophagus is muscular and elastic. This is completely made up of muscles. When the food material is taken, the elasticity of the esophagus is gradually increases. Okay, muscular and also elasticity. Elastic means it can having the contractions and relaxing abilities. Okay, and that is the following point is taken here. Walls carry on the wave-like movement by contractions and by relaxations. See, for example, here when the food material is taken, okay, the diameter of the esophagus is gradually increases, contractions and relaxations. Contractions and relaxations. This kind of movement is completely cooperated by the muscles and also elastic nature of the esophagus. There is 0% digestion takes place in the esophagus. Esophagus or the food pipe is the only channel or the way to transport the food material from the pharynx to stomach itself. The remaining process of the digestion occurs in the stomach and remaining small intestine itself. Okay. So the remaining activity we will discuss later in the coming topic. Okay. Thank you.